Here is why activating your own stem cells is biologically different from everything else we have talked about this series, and why that difference matters more than most people realize. We've covered a lot of ground together, and today I want to bring it back to the beginning, connect every single dot we have drawn together in this series. Because when you understand this piece, everything clicks. Remember back to post 8 and 9 when we talked about why stem cell injections fail. We talked about HLA markers, the biological ID badge every cell in your body carries. We talked about how your immune system reads those badges constantly. When a foreign cell shows up without the right badge, your immune system destroys it, sometimes within 7 to 10 days and sometimes faster. We talked about how even your own stem cells, if they're removed from your body, manipulated in a lab, and reintroduced, can carry mutations that trigger immune rejection. We talked about graft versus host disease, where donated stem cells survive, but they turn around and attack the body they were placed in. All of these failure points to one thing in common. They involve introducing something from outside the body. Now, here's the fundamental biological difference with this approach that works by elevating the GHK-Cu through the X39 patch. Nothing is introduced to the body. Nothing. The patch does not inject cells. It does not deliver drugs or chemicals through the skin. It uses the body's own infrared heat to reflect specific wavelengths of light that signal the body to elevate a peptide it already knows how to make. A peptide that has been part of your body's own signaling system your entire life. The stem cells that respond are your stem cells living in your niches, carrying your HLA markers already recognized by your immune system as belonging there. There's nothing to reject. There's nothing foreign to destroy. There's no graft versus host risk because there is no graft. You are not replacing your healing system. You are supporting it, signaling it, waking it up. Think about how everything we learned about dormancy, about your stem cells, are sleeping on purpose, how the body keeps them in protected niches, waiting for the right signal, how we age those natural wake-up signals, become weaker, and fewer cells respond. What if the question was never, do we put new stem cells into the body? What if the real question was always, how do we restore the signal? That is what makes this approach biologically coherent in a way that injectable stem cell therapy for general wellness simply is not. Not because the science of stem cell is not real. We've spent 1 to 6 posts describing that. It is absolutely real. But because working with the body's own system will always make more biological sense than trying to introduce and sustain foreign ones. I want to be clear about something one more time. I am a nurse and a Lifeway distributor sharing what I've personally researched and witnessed. I'm not a doctor. I'm not prescribing anything. I'm not promising outcomes. Every person's body is different. Every person's result will be their own. But I am someone who spent 16 posts teaching you about the science, honestly, including the parts that raised questions, so that when we got here, you could evaluate with your own educated understanding. And I believe that when you put the biology we have learned together with the testimony I've personally witnessed, you can make an informed decision for yourself. That's all I've ever wanted for anyone, to make informed decisions. Next post, we're talking about something I have been sitting with throughout this entire journey, what the design for your body's healing system tells us, and about the God who created it.